Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leena Jain, and I'm from Mumbai. And today we are going to learn about a very interesting tool that is Lean. So we are going to learn how to collaborate a wall using Lean. So let us see first what is Lean. Lino is an online collaborative tool. So basically, when you talk about Lino, it's a collaborative tool. You can allow participants or you can allow anyone to collaborate on the wall and they can, use this tool and they can give out ideas. So let us see how it is done in a while. A free open source for collaborating the digital wall. It is a web-based sticky note service that offers the bulletin boards called as canvases. So basically, whatever you see on Lino first is all about canvases. You will see canvases, various canvases, where you can go and create a various kind of collaboration. We can customize our canvas using with powerful sticky notes by inserting images and videos. And even we can add any type of attachments too. So it is not only limited to the sticky note, but you can add attachments as well. So how Lino is useful in the field of education or how Lino is useful for teaching learning processes. It is a great tool for interactive brainstorming where the activities and for back channeling of any subject. So basically you can use it for any subject. It's not limited to only one subject. You can use it for your geography, history, you can use it for economics, you can use it for your commerce also, and you can use it for your science field. So it's a very beautiful tool. Then we can use Lino on a computer and on our Android and iOS devices. So it is basically a very user-friendly app or very user-friendly tool. It is compatible to almost all type of devices. Actually, Lino is a user-friendly collaborating tool, especially for our teaching learning interaction. So let us see how it is helpful. So this is how your main page of Lino is going to look. You will be having several tutorials here in the first when you enter the main page of Lino. You can go here and you can just sign up or log in. Okay, without login also you can just try using Lino. That's all right. But if you log in or if you sign up, you will be having your work stored in a particular place. And whenever in future you will need any kind of a work, you can just go and refer to it. This is how your Lino screen is going to look once you click on sign up or login. It will ask your username, password. But as you are new to this Lino, you can simply go and log in with Twitter or Facebook, or you can even log in from your Google account. So you have multiple options to create your login from there. Then as you're looking here that I'm having two IDs. So one I have kept it for the logging in into different tools. So I do not forget my password and I keep all my record in one place. So this ID, what I'm going to use is for Lino. When I use this ID, I can see here I'm entering into a new first page of Lino. Okay, I've come to the My page. In My page, when I enter, I've already used this username. Okay, so I can see it reflected here. I have not given my image here or my picture here, so you won't see it. You will see the default icon, whatever it is given over here. Now, when you go on My page, you will see these two canvases. These are by default canvases, which are already given by the Lino account. Okay, and you can come here and create a new canvas. We will see to it how we can create a new canvas and how we can make various type of collaborative, work over here. So what happens in your main canvases, we will see. This is your main canvas. When you go to the main canvas, this is how it is going to look. You will be having your multiple options. Okay, in multiple options, you will be having various types of like sticky notes. You can see the colors of sticky notes. Then you will be seeing here various small icons that we are going to use it, and I'll show you how we can use it and how we can help our students or how we can take ideas from the students. So we will see to it as we are moving further step by step. So here in your main page, you can see you will be getting some tips from your Lino. That is how to use this Lino. You're having this how to drag around, how to move, move your sticky note or move images on the canvases. Everything will be given to you over here. You will be also having some tutorials and images to help you out to use Lino for the first time. And whatever you're looking over here in the down right hand side corner is your entire canvas. So your canvas is not very small here. It's not at all limited. It is very deep. Okay, so as you go through the screen, you will be able to see the canvas. Now, when you go here, we are going to create a group first. We are not only going to work on canvas, but we are going to create a group. We are going to try and include our students into the group so that even they can share their ideas, and we will see how these canvases are created along with other participants. Okay, so let me take you back to our Google. So here is my Google page. You simply have to type Lino into your search bar. When you type Lino, you will get multiple options. I'll go to lino.com. Okay, here you have to click on the first option, that is en.linoit.com. So this will be an appropriate option what you have to select. After selecting this option, as we have seen in our presentation, you are going to get the same over here. So as I told you, you can click on this and you can see how your Lino can be used, or you can simply go to sign in and log in. Okay, so I will simply go to my login. As I have habit of forgetting my username and password, I'll go to Google and I will log in from my Google ID, which I'm keeping it only for Lino. So I'm using this ID. After logging in, I have some of the saved work over here, which I was like trying to work on Lino already. I have my saved work over here. Okay, you can also use multiple IDs on this, but make sure that you remember everything out of it. So here I have a main canvas, as I told you. So if I go on main canvas here, you will be seeing like this, everything. So I tried to clean up something, but now it is still on display. So this will be your main canvas. You can modify this main canvas. We will see how it is done step by step. Okay, you can go on adding more and more canvases here. So everything will be displayed on your left hand side corner below. So everything in your main canvas, it will be displayed here, and you can simply scroll along like this. Okay, so let us go to our main page first. From here, you can go to your main page. Here is an icon on your right hand side top corner, my page. Okay, first I'll show you how to form a group. In my groups, you can go the third option on your Lino. So here you can go to my group. After going to my group, here you can create a new group. In groups you have already entered, you will see there here are the groups which I can see right now. These are like I've created earlier. So I'll go to create a new group. Okay, so after creating a new group, I will give a name to it. So I'm giving, for example, standard, or I can say grade 7. Okay, and I'm going to deal with them with, say, a topic called as digestive system. So I'll work with science first. Here, if you want, you can give a description. Description can be anything. If you want to give them tips, hints, or if you want to just give them a small note that you have to work collaboratively or you have to work in a group, so you can mention it here. So in description, I'll mention everyone is going to share their ideas. Okay, so this is just kind of a note. Even if you do not give description, that's fine, absolutely fine. Now here in icon, what is icon? This will be a group icon, how it is going to look or how it is going to display to your students. Okay, so this icon will help you to differentiate between different groups. So I'm going to go on choose file and I'm going to choose an icon. From where I'm going to choose an icon, I have already stored it on my download folder, okay, in this project. And from here, I'm going to select an icon. So this is my group icon. Okay, and this group icon, how I've downloaded, you can simply go on Google. You can go to Pixabay. This will give you copyright-free images. So various images you'll get multiple millions of images. So I've selected from there, and see my icon is selected here. Now I want someone to join this group only by invitation. I don't want anyone else to join this group and make a chaos in a classroom. So I'll simply ask them to join by invitation. When I'm clicking on by invitation, so I'm going on a create group. So since it is by invitation, I have to invite my students. For example, I have another ID created, so I will invite myself and I will act like a student here. So here I'm going to put here you have an instruction. Please put one username or you can put one email address. So one at a time you have to do. So here you can go. Okay, this is a student's ID, I'm assuming. And here you can put your name, which teacher is inviting in. Here is my name. Okay. And here, if you want to add a message, you can add this message, which will be displayed to your students. So here you can add your message. I'm not going to add anything for now. I'm just going to click on this captcha. I'm not a robot, and I'm going to invite. Once you click on invite, this is how you will get invited a new members. Okay, so new members are invited. If you want to send another invite, you can simply click again here and you can give another email ID. Okay, after going on invite, I've already invited one member. I think that's enough for me. So I'll go back to my group page. So I'm going back to my group page here. In group page, I can see this folder has been created here. Okay, grade 7. So this is what a group is created. Now I have to add a canvas in this group. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is my by default canvas that is of grade 7. Okay, when you go on adding canvases here, this is a science canvas. Okay, so let me take you back again to my page here. You can go back from here. Okay, this is my default canvas. This is for science. If you want to add canvas for geography, that is for 7th grade, you can do it as well. Simply you have to create a new canvas and you can select any canvases from here. Okay, so for example, I'm here selecting this canvas for geography, this background. Okay, even you can go down, scroll down, and you can select your solid colors. Here you have options. You can select a normal plain background, or you can upload an image. So when you go on uploading an image, what I'm going to do here is you are going to add a name here that is geography. Okay, geography, and you can add it here 7th grade. Okay, whatever you want, you can add here. Then you are going to choose file. Clicking on choose file. When you're going here, see you can see your downloaded options. Okay, so again, here you can add an image. So let me say I will add, I will go back a little bit. I will add this image in the background. Okay, this background you can select. Otherwise, you can simply select a geography background, whatever you have. Okay, so I'm going to select this background and I'm going to open this. Once you open this, your background is uploaded here. This again background I got it from Pixabay. So it's a comfortable one. You can just put it, click on fit to canvas. So it will be fitting to entire canvas. Whatever you can see on screen, it will be fitting to entire screen. Here, create a sticky via email. That means the sticky notes can be created by inviting your students on email. Okay. Generate RSS for this canvas. I'll tell you what is RSS in a while. Notify me when someone posts a sticky. Yes, I want to get notified when my students or anyone posts a sticky or a comment on anything. Okay. I want my canvas to be displayed on the main page. Yes, that is on the doc. And include stickies with a due date in my calendar. So right now I'm not working on a due date. So I'm going to simply uncheck this and let it be as it is. I'm going to create a canvas. Okay, so here the canvas is getting created. Always just be careful while using an image. If you select a small sized image. Okay, if you select a big image or you're having a high size, it might take some time to get uploaded. Okay. Here it is. This is my image which has been displayed. Can you see here? Here is my science class and here is my geography class. Okay, so I have two canvases here, science, geography. You can switch between two canvases easily. So here is my geography. I don't want to, right now I'm on geography canvas and you can go to science canvas as well. Okay, from here you can add multiple canvases here. There is no like particular limit. Okay, so let us start working on a science canvas. Here what I'm going to do, first I'll show you what are these. These are the sticky notes. We all know what is sticky notes. Every day we have used it. We have already stuck it everywhere. Like whenever we want to inform something, a small informal note or formal note, you can add the sticky note. And you use the sticky note also on your desktop using various applications. So the sticky note is a very interesting thing. Here you can stick it. So I'm going to select this, and this is how it is going to open. When I'm opening the sticky note here I'm going to type few things. For example, I'm using a topic called as human digestive system. So I'll ask my students to collect information on human digestive system. Okay. Here, while writing the sticky note over here, you can tag your students. So for example, I'm going to tag myself or my student of another ID which I've created. You can adjust font here. Okay. If you want your font to be bigger, smaller, like that, you can add. Okay. Then you can select a color for your font. So you can select red font, yellow font, green font, however you want it. You can select an icon as well. So this is, I'm asking them to collect. So I'll give this pen icon over here. Okay. This will be displayed later once we save this. You can give a due date. Right now we are not working on due date. I'll tell you what it is in a while. You can come back and you can select a color of your sticky note from here if you're not happy with the default sticky note color. Okay, and you can simply post it. So this is how your sticky note is going to look. Okay, you can move the sticky note in entire canvas anywhere, you can move it. That's okay. I'm going to place it here. Now, this was all about sticky notes. Similar way, this applies for other sticky notes as well. I'll show you how to insert the image here. Okay, or how to insert a picture here. So I'm going to click on this option here. Can you see a image kind of option on the right hand side corner on top? This I've clicked. You can go and choose file. Okay, we will go and select a file which is already downloaded. Okay, I'm going to simply select it from a download folder. Here, I want my students to refer these images or refer these pictures which were been made by other students, and I want my students to apply this in their normal life, or they have to make a project which is similar like this. So what I'm going to do first, I will select a small size because I want my image to be quickly uploaded. Okay, from here you can choose again. After going to this folder, I'll select this and I'll open this. So whenever you're using a smaller size, it opens quickly. Okay. Then you can select your type, normal, no shadow, and frame. So normal is like this will be displayed only like an image on a wall. Then no shadow means there won't be any shadows around it. Or when you click on frame, it will be giving you more options. So in frame, you can select this picture. Okay, you can display this picture as well as you can write name here. For example, I write this project is created by Arpit. Okay, so I want my student to know who has created this project, and here you can tag your student again, Arpit. So you can tag it here. Then here you can select a font. You can again select the colors, which we have already seen how it can be done, and you can post this. When you post this image will look like this. Okay, that means you have already posted a work of your student here. If you want to post more work, you can again go to this, select a similar image, and you can post it in the same way. Now I'll go and I'll post a video. Now I want my students to refer to this video and make a presentation like that, or first understand the video of the human digestive system and make a presentation accordingly. Okay, so I'm going to click on this option. So here I have a YouTube option or Vimeo option. So these two options are available. You can select a link from these two websites and you can simply paste it over here. Okay, you cannot simply upload a video from your desktop. That is a little bit, tricky, but it is like really helpful because when you upload a video from your desktop, the file size again increases and it might, make your wall very heavy. So sometimes video might play, video might not play. So this is more comfortable option what I find personally. So you can simply click a URL here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my Google account, web page. I've already selected a video here. I was trying to open it earlier. So I'm going to select a decent small video. So this I want to select digestion in human beings 3D. Right, you can simply click on this. Okay. Then you just pause this video.
Monster Math presents Addition Below 10. Okay, class, let's begin.
Very well. Okay. So while selecting a video, you can subscribe their channel so you won't face any copyright issue. So I'm going to subscribe this and then you can use the video from here. So this is very important. You can simply right click here, copy video URL, not a current time, but entire video URL. So you want entire video to be seen. Go back here and come in URL and you can paste it here. Okay. And after pasting, you can simply post this. So here, okay, again, we will paste this link. We'll go here. Okay, either you can just go here, copy, and come back to your Lino page and simply, okay, so I'm posting this. Now it is posted because earlier it was just a URL and it was not YouTube, and now it has selected YouTube. That means you have to go through YouTube only or Vimeo, which has already been mentioned by them. So you can again move this video also on the screen anywhere. This will be a preview kind of video. Okay, you can play this. This is a button from where you can play this. Okay, when you play this video, it will be previewed here. Okay, on the screen it will be seen.
Digestion in human beings.
Yeah.
Human beings take food through.
Here you can stop your video. So even students don't have to go to the URL separately. They can play video here as well and they can have a look and get an idea. Now this was all about your video, sticky note, your images. Now what is this? This is an attachment. What kind of attachments you can give? You can give your students an attachment in the form of Word, Excel. You can give them in the PPT form. Again, you can give your students attachments in any form so that they can refer those notes or instructions and they can start working on it, or they can give their brainstorming ideas as well by looking at the attachment or by looking at the videos here. So let us see how this attachment helps. Again, you have to go to choose file. When you go to choose file, here you are going to add an attachment. So this is a human organs which I have created an attachment. Let me show you that first, what I'm going to give them. Okay, I'm just canceling this. I'm going to my this folder. Here, that earlier this day I have created this PPT. Okay, which is interactive kind of PPT, and I'm going to attach this. So this was all what I've created. I want them to first have a look at various organs and then start studying about the digestive system and all. So I'm going to simply attach this PPT here now. Let me close this. Let me go back to my screen. Okay, here I'm going to go on this part, choose file, and you can simply go here and add your attachment from here, open, and it's added here. Okay, see 754 KB. Mind it that you will have a limit here again. Below 100 MB you have to add anything like attachment, videos, or anything should be below 100 MB. Okay, or if you are, even if you are adding images, it should be below 100 MB. If it is above 100 MB, it is not going to accept it. You will get an error continuously. So here I've chosen this file. I will ask my students, please refer this PPT and make your project interactive. Okay, I'm just adding a small smiley. Okay, so this sample PPT, let me add here sample PPT. Okay, and here I'm going to tag students. If you wish to tag, you can tag, otherwise let it be. I'm not going to tag here anyone. Here again, font and all you all can adjust, and I'm simply going to post it. So this is how I have also posted them my assignment. Okay, so I've added images, I have added this video, I've added this attachment. Okay, now what is this? The last one, it's a kind of transparent sticky note. So this is having a limited options because here you are going to give an instructions to your students. Okay, so I'm giving instructions over here. Please share your ideas and feedback here. Okay, so I want my students to share their ideas and feedback. I'm going to icon. I will just add icon here. So I'm going to give this arrow button. I want them to share it here. I'm going to post this. Can you see this is a little bit transparent? So I'm going to add it here. All right. So this is I've used all my options. Now how my students are going to know how to collaborate on this wall, how they can come on this wall and start typing their responses or comments or something. So what I'm going to do here, you need not to save anything here. It will get auto saved. You simply have to go back again. I'll go to my page. Here I have my group. This is my standard 7 science. I'm going to my group here. Okay, one moment. Let me take you back again. Okay, so here is my group. Here I want to invite them. So what I'm going to do, I'll go to my group. After going to my group, this is a standard 7. Okay, when you click on my groups and you click on standard 7, can you see your members invite? We will go to invite and we are going to invite it here. If you want to add more students, you can invite it later on as well. Earlier I have invited 1 or 2 students. Now I want more students to be added. You can simply do it likewise. Okay, even after completing your adding of assignments. So this is how you can make a very good and very interactive collaboration. One more thing I would like to show you here. Some of the small options. Let me take you back to group page. Let us go to 7th standard. Here, can you see the sticky notes? Now you will see that these are like on plain background, only straight. Why can't we rotate them? Yes, you can rotate them. From here, you can rotate your notes. Okay, you can rotate your images like this. Anyways, you can paste it. Okay, to make it more creative. This video cannot be rotated. It has a limitation. This video needs to be viewed by the students or by the learners in the way it is. So we are not going to rotate this. There is no option also to rotate this. You can rotate this as well. Okay, by clicking on this, you can rotate this. And even this has an option of getting rotated like this. Okay. Apart from this, now I feel that I want to edit this. You can see here a pencil kind of button or an icon. You can go here. When you hover over here, you will see an edit option. So I'm going to click here. You can edit it here. Okay, like this. Okay, after editing, you can simply save this. Now I want the same information to be added to my another canvas. Even that you can do. Can you see a button here? Copy this to another canvas. When you click on this button here, it will load all your canvases where you want to copy it. Whether you want to copy it to geography, your previous sessions, where. Okay, so you can simply click here and that will be copied everywhere. So I'm going to select on geography. So the sticky has been copied here. Let us go to geography and see how it is copied. Yes, it is copied here. Can you see this? This is how you can copy your sticky notes to the multiple places. I'm going back to my science. From here, you can see also this is a due date option. Due date means you want to give this as a due, as a date. You want to set a due date to this so that students start working before this date or they can submit their responses. So you can set a due date here. When I'm setting a due date, I'm giving it as a 17. Okay, so here it has been set, and here you will get it as highlighted here. Okay, the due dates and all will be highlighted down there. Okay, in the right hand side corner. Now after this, you have option of deleting. Yes, if you don't want this on your desktop, you can simply delete this. So I'm going to delete it like this. It's deleted. You can make it undo. You can get it back as well, but it is for hardly 5 seconds. The option will be available for 5 seconds. Can you see the spin option when I'm hovering here? Okay, So like for example, I'm clicking on this pin option. You're getting the sticky has been pinned. That means nobody can remove the sticky from here unless it is unpinned. So it will be there and you cannot even move the sticky anywhere on the screen. See, I'm trying it, it's not moving. So this is how you can pin your sticky there and it will be there in the same place only. So this is how you can create a different kind of collaborations here. You can move, you can add more and more images, more stickies, and your students can share a brainstorming ideas. They can do a lot of work here. So this is kind of a small classroom discussion and this will be helpful for everyone. So thank you so much. This is all for Lena. So can you please stop it?